You are now listening to Thoughts from a Beatmaker.
Episode 6. This one, I'm going to get into standing up for yourself, right? Now, most people wouldn't put themselves in a category as somebody that can be messed with or bullied, right? But there are different ways, of course, of standing up for yourself, right? Obviously, there's the classic school bully. There's also, on the job where maybe a supervisor or even a team lead might talking to you sideways, not really praising you for the work you put in, right? And so I actually had a loved one of mine kind of go through this recently where they felt as though the manager was, and they would come in be very passive aggressive, and that she basically, when she would come in, she would be very angry. Things happen in people's lives. Sometimes you don't like to get into it. And one day, she noticed that she was, a little bit above average, a little bit cranky. And of course, something happened. They both snapped, and this person just up and left, right? My loved one. And they came and asked me, they were like, hey, was I wrong? Was I wrong in doing what I did? It's like, at a certain point, stop explaining yourself to people. If you already put it out there, who you are and what you expect, or what type of worker you are, or in general, stop explaining yourself to people. Now, I told her in this instance, you know what? Remove yourself, because, above anything else, you know what type of person you are. So sometimes leaving a situation is a hell of a lot better than staying, because things could be a lot worse, right? A lot worse. So even though most people were like, yo, I would have stayed there, I would have talked it out because, I'm not leaving the situation, sometimes it's good to leave the situation. But yeah, I told her, I was like, no, you did the right thing, because you shouldn't have to sit there and explain yourself, right? You're grown, she's grown. Why are you explaining yourself to this woman? You're there to do a job, not there to be friends, not there to kiss nobody's ass, right? You're there to do a job. That's it. If they got problems from home, they're breaking into work, that's on them. We're not paid to be, psychiatrists or therapists. You know what I mean? You're there to do a job. So in that instance, I told her, yes, you did a great job. You stood up for yourself. You allowed yourself to say, my dignity and my respect is better, right? It's worth me leaving. Even if they would have fired her, I would be like, worth it, because now you don't have to work under those conditions. Always maintain your respect and dignity above all else. Now, there are times where you're put in a situation where you can't afford to lose a job, or you can't afford to go anywhere at the time. Great. But when you go into a new place, a new career, wherever, always make sure to set boundaries so that people know where they can't cross. Because the problem is, we don't want to make waves. We never want to, go against the grain. And sometimes with certain situations, you have to, right? Not every battle, wherever you are, needs to be fought. Sometimes relenting or just saying, okay, and then going about your day is the best formula. But those times will come where you're going to be like, sorry, I'm putting my foot down, I'm not doing it. And then even if you never argue or complain all the time, there will be times when you will have to. And then people will understand and know, like, okay, normally he or she would do what I asked them to do, but this time they were like, no. And what was the reason why? Right? And sometimes you can give them a good reason as to why you're not going to do something or why something is wrong. if you do that, if you maintain that kind of that consistency of, okay, yeah, cool, boss, I'm gonna get this done, and they're like, nope, not doing this, and here's why, and you get valid points, and regardless of how they feel, they have no choice but to expect it, or to respect it, excuse me. They have no choice but to respect it. And I think we need to kind of learn these things. But yeah, standing up for yourself is key. Putting your self-respect and your dignity above all else. Now, you know when it's pride. You know when your pride or your ego is talking, and you the big man on campus, and you trying to flex, and somebody's not paying homage, and some people get perturbed by that. But and most of the time, it's not that. People get in positions, they think they can talk to you any type of way or treat you any type of way. You gotta let them know, off rip. Nope, not gonna do that. You're not gonna talk to me any type of way. You're not gonna treat me any type of way. You will respect me, period. All right? Well, that's another episode of Thoughts from Beatmaker. I'll catch you next time. Peace.
You are now listening to Thoughts from a Beatmaker.